Hey, so this is just how highfalutin this video production is going to be. We even got a microphone. We can do ASMR videos. I'm just kidding. I don't get it. I wanted to talk about the Cowbell. When I designed that, and let's see, it was January 2020. We put those out. I'm going to say 50 million times. Just get over it. But I designed that in January 2020. Put it out as kind of an entry-level knife, like an entry-level semi-custom kind of knife. You know, most of your life, or most of my life at least, when you'd find a product or something that you liked and you went, you know, that's pretty nice, and you found out the price, you know, man, I can't afford that. So you just kind of pushed it aside. I wanted something to, so when people see, you know, my nicer work, they know that, you know, there's stuff available in a you know, that's affordable. When I designed those, I had the price point in mind. We put them out in 2020 at $140, and then 2021 we put them out at, we raised it to $160. And then this year I put it to $175. Next year I might go to $185, and then that'll be it, barring, you know, cost differences or changes or whatever. But they're going to stay a sub $200 knife. Anyways, with that being said, I wanted to keep them simple and to have options, but not be something that I've got to work as a individual custom, so to speak. A lot of people throw the word custom around. To me, a custom is like, you know, when you talk to a maker and you know, you discuss like the intended use, you know, and possibilities and like the parameters and things like that, and you go from there. So I call these semi-custom because you got options. Though the model is established, you've got options in the handle material, you know, right and left sheath, stuff like that, different blades and things like that. I'm trying to get these down to where I've got a good process, so where I can work on these consistently, and then you know, explore other knives that I'm working on, nicer stuff and different ideas and things like that. So, having said that, when it comes to the handle materials, I opened up with the linen micarta and the Richlite. Both are really good materials. That Richlite is, I know this video is in regards to the thread we just started in Cowbell materials and options talk. And one of you mentioned weight. Real quick, if you're interested in lightweight, Richlite is ridiculous. It's like air. It has no weight to it. It's significantly lighter than even the linen micarta, which is light. So that's something to think about. But I want to add options, but I don't want to go crazy. Now, stabilized wood, I love, and I've got a bunch, and I'd like to use it on the Cowbells, but my focus on these is to have just kind of, like I said, that entry level that's got basic options that I can consistently, you know, manufacture, and, you know, the fit and finish is still good on them. And I think for the price point, they're an excellent knife. But when it comes to putting stabilized wood on them, part of it's difficult because in order to do that, you know, I buy a block or a set of scales, you know, say $30, you know, $30 to $100 for scales or blocks. And, you know, I might be lucky if I can get, you know, 2 handles out of it. And then I have to push that price onto the price of the Cowbell. And that's where I want the Cowbell to just have one price, a lot of options, and that's it, kind of thing. The next model I'm working on, that I've been working on for a while, is like a 5-inch, kind of more of a field knife. It'll have stabilized wood for scales, probably a tapered tang for weight, and it'll have some, you know, maybe some more options. Those I'm not going to put out as a dibs like I do the Cowbell. I'm just going to kind of do my own thing and see what we come up with. But that's what I wanted to talk about, was the handle materials. G10, I don't like to work with. The dust is nasty, but I'm fine with it. I'm not allergic or anything like that. The reason I would like to go to G10 is because linen micarta is kind of limited in the colors you can get and things like that. And the Richlite is limited in the colors you can get. And G10, at least, though some of them are like cartoons, G10, there's a lot of options. The ivory is really nice. I've got some, I think it's called Red Ruby or something like that, but it's like a maroon micarta, and you guys know me in maroon. And there's a couple other colors that look like, you know, that, you know, could be good options. But yeah, so I'm not set on going to G10, but I think if guys want more options, that might be an alternative. Like I said, you know, we do the G-Carta on a, you know, on a It's up to you. If you guys want to use G-Card, you can send it to me and I'll use it. That's kind of like a little bonus to the Cowbell. But I really want to keep it simple. Like I said, with stabilized woods, I'm gonna keep the Cowbells just synthetic, either G10, linen micarta, canvas micarta, things like that. The problems with not the problem, but the issue I have with the reason I went with linen micarta instead of the canvas or things like that is the layers are very fine in linen, and paper micarta would be something I'd consider too. Canvas, the layers are a little thicker apart, further apart. So when you have a small knife and you're shaping a small knife, you might get that, to where you shape that canvas, you might just have a big panel of canvas, over the whole knife, and you don't really get that nice look to it. I think canvas is better for larger stuff. Just my opinion. But, so I'd entertain paper micarta. The price of burlap micarta is significantly different. I'd use that on like a customer supplied basis kind of thing. But yeah, so the Cowbells, the big question is if you guys, and this is all, me just, fishing this for some feedback to see what you guys think. But the question is, should I add G10 with some extra colors, or just maybe add 1 or 2 to see how it goes? What do you guys want to see in the Cowbell? The model's established. I'm not going to change anything about the, the handle or anything like that. But I'd be willing to listen to different options, different sheath options, whatever you guys want. I'd like to get away from, instead of adding more options to the Cowbell, like tooled leather sheath and things like that, I'd like to kind of keep those simplified so I can focus more on like this other model, is, I guess you could call it a field or utility model, but something a little longer. Like I said, 5-inch blade, I think, is what I kept coming up with. And I don't confine to, if I go to draw out a knife, I'll kind of, I might mark out roughly what I want at the top and little hash marks, but then I'll just draw the knife. And sometimes it's 4.5, sometimes it's 5.5. I found that if you constrict yourself and say, I'm going to draw a 5 1/4 inch blade, then your proportions don't usually work out. For me anyways, because I'm not an artist or anything. So that's all I got, I think. Cowbell entry model, sticking with synthetics. I would add G10 if there was enough people that said, hey, I'd really like G10. It would be a couple colors. That's about it. Anyways, thanks for the business. The 4 we just sent out, the last one should get here, I think, today. I haven't checked if it was delivered or not. But I appreciate you guys, and if you need anything, let me know. These videos are annoying, but it's easier than me trying to type out all that madness, because, yeah. And with the forum acting like snail snot right now, that's kind of painful to do. So I'll try to keep posting. It seems to take about, 7 or 8 minutes just to make a post. But for me anyways, with the 522 errors and trying to load up a photo or anything like that. The Cowbells, real quick, I'll touch on that. The Cowbells, I've got 21 of them in the works. 7 are heat treated. They're ready for hand sanding. The other 14 are, they're all profiled out. I need to grind them and heat treat them. So I'm going to get them all to the hand sanding stage. And then I'm going to cut out a ton of sheath material. 21, enough material for 21 sheaths. And then I'll work on cutting up some handle material and get everything set up. Like I said, I'll have a shop outage in early March to early April. But before then, I'd like to have those 21 heat treated, 21 sheaths cut out, at least, half of the handle materials, if not all the handle materials, cut out, so that when I do get back in the shop, we can just start cruising and get you guys some knives. And yeah. And like I said, if I finish that early and can get those 21 knocked out and start actually assembling them, then maybe we'll do some dibs. Probably not dibs. They'll probably be, I might just offer some, if I can finish them before I go, I'll offer some for sale in the newsletter. Let me know what you guys think of the newsletter. I think it's a good way. We've discussed this before a million times. I like the subform in the newsletter. I hate to put up a knife and then a passerby come by and grab it. You say, well, it's no difference. Money's money to me. But I know you guys have been waiting on knives, and, when you miss something, it's like, bro. So I think the newsletter kind of cures that, and it gives you guys an opportunity to, and I usually post before it comes out. So if you really want one, you can kind of go from there and try to get one. But yeah, 2022, I'm gonna be working on that next model. I say model because I'd like for it to be a model, and I've only got one model right now. It's Cowbell. It's doing great. I think it's a great knife. If I can add this this larger blade to it, and we can just kind of have two models. Like I said, that one will have some nicer features. Then I can focus on other things like the ferro buoys and things like that, and the stack leather, which is going to be awesome. But yeah, so you guys got questions, let me know. And if you want me to do an ASMR video, you can go somewhere else. I'm sorry. All right.